もともとミッションが設立した学校だから、そういうフロンティア精神は尊ばれているの。
Yeah, I suppose so. A mission? You mean like special ops? I feel like he's reading too much into it. Like, oh, some secret government conspiracy. Like, bro, they're just trying to save the damn school. Chill the fuck out, dude. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Princess Evangile. So, in the last video, we played through Chapter 0, kind of the prologue, sort of. Yeah, our main protagonist here, Masaya, he kind of got fucked over by his dad. And then we met Elise. And then he won the lottery just to get his lottery ticket stolen and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much if you guys haven't watched that one. I mean, I definitely recommend you go back and check it out if you didn't, but anyway, so continuing on, we're now on chapter 1, and Masaya, he's now officially at the Vincennes Girls Academy, so it's just going to be seeing his adventures going through from here, so should be pretty cool. Alright, I guess we can just jump into it. So let's see. Can't sleep. I was wide awake as the dawn drew near. There was no comparing the bed I was in to the worn-out mattress from my cheap old apartment. Even so, I couldn't sleep a wink. I still can hardly believe it, though. Yeah, he's probably nervous being in an all-girls school. This is like every anime plot ever. Like one male in an all-girls environment. Funny. I had been living in this room for several days now, but I still felt like I was living in a dream. Okay, so it's like, so we're like a week or two after the events of the first part. Okay. I was in a dorm in Vincennes Private Girls Academy, the Thousand Leaves dormitory. It was a complete women's paradise with the teachers and staff all female. I stuck out like a sore thumb. Yeah, I bet. Why had they let me stay there then? There was a reason for that, of course. Without even thinking about it, the events of that night came flooding back to me. Okay, so we're going to flash back to his first night here, I bet. The night we met. Okay. Ise-san's words. It's like a destined rendezvous. I guess. Her smile as she said them. We looked at the schedule and found that the last bus had left much earlier, so we began walking instead. Walking up this big-ass hill. That sucks. I've done shit like that all the time. We were heading towards Vincennes Girls Academy. It was a 30-minute trip by bus, so it was no easy walk, and it was in the mountains, so the trek was mostly uphill. Yeah. Even so, I was filled with such a curious sense of exhilaration. The task didn't feel tiring at all. Interesting. Yeah, that adrenaline kicking in, yep. It became colder as night passed on, but even that was strangely pleasant in its way. I'm fine. Are you okay, Rise-san?
私も平気。それにこうして人気のない道を歩くのってなんだか楽しいわよね。
Yeah, being alone in the nature, away from all the commotion. Makes sense. Her smile was dazzling. I couldn't take my eyes off of her. Walking side by side with her like this, I couldn't shake the thought that fate had played a role in our meeting.
そうね。まずは私の目的からお話しするわ。
Yeah, that'll probably be a good idea.
私が夜な夜な外を徘徊していた理由。それはこれはという男子を見つけるためだったの。
Right type of man. The right type of man?
マサヤさんのような、ね。
Oh.
ただ、そんな男子、どこでどうやって見つければいいか分かったものではないでしょ。それで、あてもなく歩き回っていたんだけど、そんなの効率が悪いに決まっているわよね。
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know the kind of person you're looking for, like, it's just gonna be... I bet you it's kind of... Yeah, probably just you waste a lot of time, yeah.
しかも条件は極めて厳しいわ。人柄は前提として、今年から入学できる人でなければいけないんですもの。
Well, how convenient that this dude just fell into your lap then.
正直言って私としてもそんな人がそうそういるとは思えなかった。今回ばっかりは私もダメかと思ったわ。今日なんかガルディエンヌにも追われてしまうし。
So the Guardian, that was probably the three female security guards that were chasing her. The Guardian?
さっきの4人組のこと。あの人たち実は学校の守衛さんなのよ。
Ah, yeah. Oh. That explained why they spoke so politely, right up until they thought I was a pervert. Yeah, you do group one of them by accident. Alright. But why was school security after you?
私が不良だから。要するに校則に反して学校の外に出ていたから。
Makes sense.
春休みが始まる前は学校側にも認められていたんですけれどね。
The school did?
けれど学校側が設けた期限は3学期いっぱいだった。だから今は校則違反ということになってしまったの。
Yeah, so you only get a certain period of free days. That makes sense. Yeah, private schools are usually pretty strict like that.
最初はバレなかったんですけれどね。今日とうとう見つかってしまって、それであんなシーンを演じていたというわけ。
Yeah, bet.
ほんと疲れたわよ。バスに乗ろうとしたらやってくるんですもの。いきなりマラソンが始まってしまったわ。
Yeah. A marathon? You ran all the way from school to the station? That's amazing.
私も必死だったから。バレたということはもう活動ができなくなることを意味するわ。であれば計画はそこで頓挫する。
Yeah.
私は諦めたくなかったの。とにかく最後の最後までは。
The school approved at first, which means your plan has some connection to the school, right? She nodded. So, what is your plan?
学校の変革。
Reforming the school?
ヴァンセンヌが女子校ということはマサヤさんもご存知ね。実は今共学にするという話が持ち上がっているの。
Is that a good idea? It's a good idea for the protagonist, but it's probably bad for them. Co-educational? I was shocked. That would be a huge change even for a normal school, and Vincennes was a school with such a long history.
なぜそんな話になったかというと、生徒数が減ってしまったから。けど男子を入れれば単純計算で倍になるわね。
Is that really how that works? I mean, I guess. Because I feel like the girls might have a more of a reason to go to school now, but sure. I guess.
私の祖母が理事長だから個人的にも聞くことがあるのだけど、経営が厳しいらしいのよ。端的に言ってバンセンヌは経営難なの。
Yeah, you're at risk of the school's at risk of closing down pretty much. Yeah. Financial problems. Well, the threshold does seem high.
敷居
There's a high entrance fee, right? That limits you to people who can afford to go.
ええ、そういうことらしいの。
Yeah, in the words of Pokemon, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
校舎も建て替えて財務も悪化している。とにかく従来のやり方ではいずれ立ち行かなくなるということははっきりしているらしいの。
Yeah, so making a change to help benefit the school financially. Yeah, that makes sense. Lots of businesses and establishments do that.
はっきりしているのになお変えられないというのはきっと伝統校としてのプライドのせいなんでしょうね。
Yeah, change is hard. Yeah, I can imagine.
理事会は紛糾を続けた。もちろん理事はみんな心情としてはバンセンヌの伝統を守りたいわ。でも厳しい現実というものがある。もしもバンセンヌが将来消えるようなことになったらそれは最悪だもの。学校の変革はいわば事前の策よね。原理主義者はそんなもの許せないけれど現実路線を取ろうという人も当然いる。それで実に数年も揉めていたのだけど、とうとうある日理事長が裁断を下したの。それは見学の精神に立ち返るというもの。理事長は席上こう言ったそうだわ。理事会の対立は数年に及び、もはやこの場において結論を見出すことは不可能なようです。そこでこの問題は生徒自身の手に委ねることにしましょうと。
Oh, okay. So they let the students decide what to do. Okay. Leave it to the students?
バンセンヌの見学の精神、それは自主、独立、自尊。
Independence, autonomy, self-respect. Interesting. In other words, make decisions yourselves.
もともとミッションが設立した学校だから、そういうフロンティア精神は尊ばれているの。
Yeah, I suppose so. A mission? You mean like special ops? I feel like he's reading too much into it. Like, oh, some secret government conspiracy. Like, bro, they're just trying to save the damn school. Chill the fuck out, dude.
作戦？いえ、この場合は宣教団ということ。バンセンヌってキリスト教系だから。
Okay, so from what I know about the original version of this game, the Christian school aspect is kind of not that far-fetched to me. Yeah, I know typically someone who's raised in a heavy Christian household like this are typically like the closeted freaks, I guess. A lot of people, that's just what people claim. I haven't fully seen it, but yeah, like for someone who's stayed like celibate for a long time, like they ended up like being more like the sex addicts and stuff. Yeah, makes sense. Oh. Yeah, exactly.
もうとっくにミッションの手から離れているけどね。それはともかく、理事長の裁断が正式に承認されて、早速具体案が検討されたの。
Oh. So they actually agreed to have it co-ed. Interesting. As a Christian school, that is crazy to me. A Christian all-girls school. That. Oh, we're just gonna let boys in here. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That's just a recipe for disaster, honestly.
見学の精神は結構ですけれど、いきなり共学の是非を生徒に問われても困惑するしかないでしょ。
Bring the question of integration of the students would now only be confuse them. Yeah, I guess that's true.
だいたい前期からの生徒ともなると、男性というと父親や兄弟しか見たことがないなんて人もザラだわ。
Yeah, so being around guys that they don't have a familial bond with, I imagine that's gonna be very awkward at first. Yeah, I'm really curious to see like all the shenanigans that happen like once this dude gets here. It's gonna be funny. That's amazing. He makes that sound sarcastic. He probably is. They had never seen a man before? Boyfriends would be totally out of the question. Well, they're supposed to remain pure and... yeah, pure of heart, pretty much. That's what they're expected of them. So...
それでは判断しようもないでしょ。そこで期間限定、規模も限定。要するにお試しみたいな形の共学を始めることにしたの。
Yeah, kind of a test run to see how they adapt to it, pretty much. That makes sense. I see. I was starting to get the picture.
ただ、そうは決めたものの、理事でもある校長先生が強硬な反対派で、そのために計画は骨抜きにされてしまったわ。
Decided to water down the plan substantially. How watered down are we talking here? She watered it down?
だって学校でそうと決めたなら正式に募集をかけるのが当然でしょ。でもそれはしないというのだから。
So they got rid of the application process. So they're literally just... she's literally just bringing this dude in and be like, oh, here's a man. Here's a man. Let's sign him up now. Like, get him in. If there's no formal application, how could boys get in? Exactly.
それが私がしていたことというわけ。
That's really... that's such a weird plan. I mean, she's just like, oh, I'm just gonna walk around to hope somebody just bumps into me. Like, the likelihood of that happening would have been... If this dude didn't have plot armor, the likelihood of that happening would have been very slim. Ah, so you were like the scout, Issei-san. So that's what she meant by the right type of man.
そう。それで相手に話が早く通じるよう、わざわざ制服を着たりしてね。でも校長ったらひどいのよ。なんて言ったと思う？
She probably said that was really fucking stupid. Rightfully so.
そこまで生徒に任せるなら、男子も生徒が見つければいいですって。あんまりだわ。
Okay, so she was all for it then? This headmistress really doesn't give a fuck. But...
で も押し切られてしまった以上仕方がないわ。みんなひるんでしまった中、私は真っ先に手を挙げたの。
She's just like, oh, I'll do it. Like, okay. We'll just let her handle it then.
なぜって私は改革派だから。
Yeah, makes sense. She's one of the few people that believed in it, so. Issei-san, you want the school to integrate?
ええ。
But what does... How does that benefit her, though? Like, I'm still not really following, but we'll see.
私は万仙のを愛しているわ。だから卒業した後もずっと残っていてほしい。
I mean, that's a lot of effort just for a school you're only going to be at a short period of time, but whatever. I see. There's an old saying, eagles don't catch flies. It was certainly a noble sentiment, but to adhere to that even in continued decline was a different matter entirely. Painful reform or slow death, Issei-san had chosen the former.
校門が見えてきたわ。
Oh my god, we're here, guys! Ah, finally. Since we had been talking the whole way, the long trip seemed to pass in no time.
今言った通り、学校に通える期間は限定なの。もちろん、共学という結論になれば、引き続き卒業まで通えるけれど。
Yeah, so they probably only trying it out for like a few months just to see.
それでもいいかしら。
I mean, it's better than living on the street. The dude would probably be like, fuck yeah, get me in there. By limited, how long do you mean?
1年なの。年度末にグランデボート総選挙があって、その時に決まるから。
Alright, you better kiss ass hella hard in that year. That's what I would be doing. 1 year. I mean, that's still a decent chunk of time. He has plenty of time to win favor, I guess. It really was short. I still had 2 years of school before graduation. Yeah, so even if they didn't accept him after that year, like he'd be back out on the street again, and then would he be able to go back to his other school? Like, that's another thought too he has to think about. But that was only if the school voted against integration. There was still hope. Yeah, like I said, kiss all the ass. But more importantly, if I refused, I would have to say goodbye to Issei-san now. True. I would leave Tsurugigaoka behind, go to live with my mother, and probably never see her again. Yeah. So I guess the question is, how much does Issei mean to you? I couldn't stand that thought. I wasn't going to let it end here. Overwhelmed by that feeling, I nodded. Okay, I accept those terms.
本当にいいの？
Yeah. Yeah, it's still better than my current situation. I wasn't even exaggerating. Yeah. It's either go back living in the gutter again with the Yakuza guy assholes hunting you down.
ありがとう。私、本当に嬉しいわ。
No problem. She placed a hand on her chest and let out a deep sigh. Then she looked up at me, her eyes appeared dewy in the moonlight. Aw. Isn't that nice? I couldn't believe that my decision had made someone this happy. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta appreciate the little things, you know? That realization sent a new surge of happiness welling up inside of me.
なぜかしら。やっぱり助けてもらったからかな。私、あなたを見た瞬間からこの人しかいないって思っていて。
Interesting.
本当、よかった。
はい。Oh, it's... I decided not to mention my vague feeling of deja vu and instead brought up another subject. But are you sure you won't get in any trouble from the goons? I don't think those guys are gonna give up until they get what I owe them.
まあ大丈夫でしょう。ヴァンセンヌは結構セキュリティはしっかりしているわ。何しろ女性しかいないことだし。
Yeah. I don't think those guys want the smoke. So.
それにガルディエーノを味方にすれば頼りになるから、あんな二人組きっとなんてことはないでしょう。
I mean, those tiny little women, unless they're like super buff, I don't think they're gonna be stopping those guys, but maybe I'm underestimating them. I see. I'm glad to hear that.
じゃ、行きましょう。こんな嬉しい気持ちで帰ってこられるなんて。ガルディエンヌに追われた時は夢にも思わなかったわ。
I'm glad you're so happy. When we arrived at the gate, a different guardian appeared. Issei-san explained the situation and they let us pass without issue. Wow, the cherry trees are beautiful.
ええ、本当に。
If this were a public park, it would surely have people coming from all over for night viewings of the trees. That's how beautiful they were.
この桜はね、ヴァンセンヌの名物の一つなの。4月になると緊張でいっぱいの新入生をここで出迎えてくれるんだわ。
That's nice. And we'll get this shot right here. Right, it's pretty cool. Wow.
マサヤさんも言ってみれば新入生よね。
I guess so. The flowers in full bloom did seem like they were here to meet me. I had spent the entire year running away from people. But now there was a place that wanted me. That made me so happy. Oh. Issei-san walked around to stand in front of me and held out her right hand. I think this is a pretty popular screenshot from this game. Yeah, let's do it.
今夜はあなたと出会えて本当によかった。
Isn't that nice? And it wasn't just a place. Right now, right in front of me, there was a person who wanted me to be here. I gritted my teeth to keep from trembling with joy and reached out to take her hand.
ヴァンセンヌへようこそ。
Yokoso! Alright, so now we're kind of going through like his first few days here. Okay.
まさやくん、お好みまさやくん、
Is that what he say?
そろそろですよ。準備はできていますか？
He sounds a little bit softer than... They say sounds a little bit softer, I think, than her. But...
うん、もしかして寝坊かしら。まさやくん、入りますよ。やっぱり。
Wake your ass up!
まさやくん、起きてください。もう時間ですよ。
Oh. Oh, yeah, it's... Felt a tap on my shoulder and woke up with a start. One of the nuns, yeah.
初日から遅刻ですか？感心しませんね。
Sitting in front of me was the dorm mother who was helping me get adjusted, Sister Mishima. Oh, sorry. I didn't get to sleep until around dawn.
様子を見に来て正解でした。食事のノックにも反応がなかったということなので。
Let the dude sleep. He's been through a lot. I looked at my clock. I had set the alarm for 6:30, but it was now almost 8. Whoops. Whoa, that's bad. I was supposed to be out of the door by now.
言葉は悪いですが、男子のサンプルとしてマサヤくんは入学しました。初日から失態を演じていては評価を上向かせていくのもなかなか難しくなりますよ。
That is true, I guess. Her words were harsh, but her eyes were kind. The sister is right. I have to do the best I can for the rest of the year. You're right. I'm very sorry.
いいえ。まあ、急げば間に合いますよ。体育館へは私も付き添いましょうか？
No, it should be fine. I studied the map before.
わかりました。それでは。
As the sister left, I hurried to wash my face and brush my teeth. I really wish I could have had breakfast, though. I had been forbidden to leave this room until today, when I would be formally introduced to the school. In the meantime, the staff brought me food. The dorm meals were delicious. If nothing else, that alone made me glad to be here at Vincennes. The room was luxurious too. The building itself was new, and the furniture was all very well made. It's an upgrade from my old apartment in every conceivable way. I left the bathroom after washing up. I took off my pajamas and put my arms through the sleeves of my uniform. Naturally, the school had no male uniform, so I wore the uniform of my old school. Yeah, makes sense. I had given my key to the guardians so they could fetch me what I needed. Apparently, the goons hadn't messed with things very much there. Wow, I'm seriously gonna be late. I opened the door just as a student was coming out of the room next to mine. Ah! Her eyes opened wide in shock. She then let out a scream and ran off. She didn't have to scream. She made me feel like a criminal. I had been stuck in my room all this time, so I wasn't sure if the people around me knew about my being here or not. It was looking like they hadn't. I wish someone had told them at least. Yeah, that way they wouldn't be just... They wouldn't have just dropped on them. I can see this will be an uphill battle. Yeah. A single boy had arrived at a traditional girls' academy. It seemed like this was an even greater culture shock than I had expected. He's following me! No, I'm not. Please, I'm kind of in a hurry. In a hurry to commit a crime? No, I'm just running late. I was running down the path towards the school building when I saw a group of girls just ahead. The student who had fled from me was speaking to them desperately. They turned quickly to face me. Even from this distance, I could tell they were hostile. I slowed my pace and gave them an awkward smile. I wasn't sure how effective the smile was going to be, of course. Nope, definitely not effective. Oh, Ritsuko! All but two of them ran away. One of them was Rise-san, the other was someone I had naturally never seen before. Good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu.
ごきげんよう。
He was staring at me. The girl was as beautiful as Rise-san, but there was a certain coldness about her beauty.
リセ様、こちらとお知り合いなのですか？どういうことでしょう？私がスカウト活動に励んでいたのは律子も知っているんじゃなくて？本当に見つけてきたのですか？ええ、しかもおそらくは最高の人材だわ。
I feel like you're overhyping this dude up way too much. Oh, you're making me blush. I decided to say something to reduce the tension, but that just made it worse.
理事会の決定は事実上頓挫したものとばかり思っていました。母が、校長が男子の受け入れを閉ざしたので。そうね。でも私は特命大使に立候補した。私が見つけてきた男子であるなら、まずは無条件に受け入れる。それが特命大使の権限ですもの。
Interesting, okay. So it's like whoever she found it is like, oh, let him in. Get that man in there.
リセ様の特命大使はすでに人気切れだったはずです。
Expired? So she must have been doing this for a while then.
それは多めに見ていただかないと。でも決まりでは3学期までと。
Yeah, so she must have been at this for months then. Yeah.
いいえ、そもそも理事長の承認は得ているんだから問題ないはずだわ。
Well, I mean, sure. She's like, well, if you say so.
始業式で紹介されるのですか？ええ、みたいよ。
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward as fuck, but yeah.
ではその時正式な説明があるでしょうから。
She's like, I'll just hear it from them. I don't give a shit about this right now. This is just outrageous. She turned and left quickly without a word to me. Well, damn. Ice cold. As she disappeared, Rise-san let out a sigh of relief.
やれやれ、律子も本当お堅いんだから。
Well, I mean... you're a product of your environment, so. Her name's Ritsuko?
中期、ああ、今年から後期か。後期課程1年生の北見門律子さん。
Final course. I had heard rumors about Vincennes, but I knew nothing about how it worked. I wanted to ask, but I didn't have time to spare. What is it?
ごめんなさい。寝癖がついていてよ。
Ah.
初めて見たわ、そんなの。
Yeah, he kind of just flew out of bed and just ran straight there, so it makes sense. Yeah, I slept in a little.
そういえば時間は大丈夫なのかしら。式の前におばあ様と軽く打ち合わせするんじゃなかった？
Oh, right. I'll go on ahead. See you later. Matane.
いってらっしゃい。
As I left the path, there were more students around. I quickly became the center of attention. Yeah! That's gonna happen. The reaction was largely shock, with thorny suspicion mixed in. Spurred on by awkwardness, I dashed toward the school grounds as fast as I could.
あなたがおこのぎまさやくんですね。
Oh, yes. I'm sorry I'm late. So this is Rise-san's grandmother? Oba-chan. She had such an air of elegance about her, it was easy to see the relation.
いえ、大丈夫ですよ。確認するまでもなかったですね。何しろ、バンセンヌの敷地内にいる男性はあなたただ一人。
I guess so. It's like, oh, you're that man, right? Like, last I checked, yeah.
自己紹介が遅れました。私はバンセンヌで理事長を務めております老船員です。孫がお世話になったみたいで。
老船員? Oh, not at all. She's the one who helped me.
ただリセに聞きましたよ。暴漢から助けていただいたと。
I guess? Yeah. He kind of saved her by accident, but... Ruffians? Oh, that was just...
リセと来たらヤクザ者を相手に荒っぽいことをしたそうで、学校を抜け出していたこともそうですが、あの子も淑女とは言えないようです。
See, now you have to ask yourself, why is she doing that? She told me he said something she just couldn't stand, so she hit him. Yeah, slapped the shit out of him, man.
マサヤ君はその我慢できないことが何かは聞かなかったのですか？
Oh yeah, she didn't like how the guy was belittling Masaya. So she got upset, yep. No, I was just thinking how glad I was he didn't do anything to her.
リセが黙っていたのであれば、私から言うのはやめておきましょう。
Oh, she knows, but he doesn't. Interesting. Okay.
そしてその前も暴漢から助けてくれたそうですね。
Oh, that's the guardian. Yeah. But those people were actually school security, weren't they?
ただその時点ではマサヤ君はそのことを知らなかったのでしょ？
I guess not, yeah. He just saw a girl in trouble and like, oh, it's time to be a hero. Well, no.
清い心をお持ちのようです。そうした人は御国を見ることができると山上の水訓にはありますよ。
It's really interesting to me, the whole Christian narrative, because Japan is not a Christian country. So I find that very fascinating, because I believe they're a Buddhist country. So it's very interesting to see their take on Christianity. Were those words from the Bible or something? I wasn't familiar with it. Could I ask about what you said before? Am I really the only man here?
Eh?
She's like, well, yeah. Amazing. Sugoi. The rumors I'd heard about the all-girls paradise were true then. And here I was, the sole man among them. What's going to happen to me? I was halfway between excited and anxious.
だから何かと不便なこともあるでしょうが、我慢を強いることになってしまうと思います。ごめんなさいね。
I mean, he's probably like jumping for joy right now, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. No, I understand. わかりました。
では、この後ですが。
Yep. The chairwoman turns towards the gymnasium.
そろそろ始業式が始まります。その間、まさやくんは控室で待っていてください。
Green room. Of course. もちろん。
先に私から紹介し、その後、まさやくんにも自己紹介してもらいますから。
Understood.
何か質問は？
No, none in particular. The chairwoman gave a small nod. I headed for the gym as requested.
そういえば、まさやくんはどこまで聞いているんです？今後のことやあなたの立場についてなどですが。
I think at this point all we know is that it's just a trial period to see how it goes. And then if it goes well, then they'll make it fully co-ed. Yeah. Actually, I haven't heard much at all. Yeah. I had to admit, it was pretty lax of me. I know that in a year there will be a vote to decide if the school will go co-ed or if it'll stay as a girls' school.
そうですか。
There's more to it. Doesn't surprise me. This seemed to disappoint her somehow.
あの子も言いにくかったのかしら。
What?
そうだ。孫から聞きました。何でも当選の宝くじを失ってしまったとか。
Why does she have to bring that? Like, it's unfair to make her grandma pay for that. That's just like, come on, man.
ただ、ごめんなさい。1億円というお金はとても用立てることはできなくて。
Yeah, not surprising. Oh no, not at all. Ace-san kept acting like it's her fault or something, but she really didn't do anything wrong. So really, don't worry about it. And tell Ace-san not to worry about it either.
代わりと言ってはなんですが、学校生活の面ではできる限りのことをしますから。
Yeah, considering you're shoving everything into making the school helping the school stay open, I bet you probably money's kind of tight. I would bet. Yes, thank you very much. I could hear her voice from the green room. The opening ceremony went on in the typical fashion until my introduction came up.
さて、今日は私から皆さんに報告しなければならないことがあります。すでにお気づきの人もいるかもしれませんが、この4月から一人の特待留学生がバンセンヌに入ることになりました。その特待留学生というのは男子です。
It sounded like she was trying to figure out how to put it into words. Throughout the ceremony, the student body had been politely silent, but now it was alive with whispers. Yeah. The chairwoman waited for the whispers to die down before speaking again.
バンセンヌの理事会はある議題をめぐって数年来紛糾を続けてきました。その議題というのはバンセンヌの共学化です。推進派と反対派の対立の溝は深く、もはや理事会で着地点を見出すのは不可能と私は判断しました。そこで結論を皆さんの手に委ねることにしたことはまだ記憶に新しいかと思います。しかしながらいきなり決めなさいとなどと言われても困惑するのは当然のこと。バンセンヌは言うまでもなく全寮制の女子校で、そもそも同年代の男子と交流を持ったことのない人も多いかと思います。
See, that's very interesting because typically they should allow you to at least have like a free period where you can actually leave the school grounds. They should be doing that. So it's crazy to me that none of them have interacted with any boys outside of the school. That's crazy. But I guess they've just been sheltered the entire time.
そこでまずは一人男子生徒を受け入れる。そしてその男子と触れ合うことで来たる選挙の判断のよすがとする。
That kind of puts a lot of pressure on him because he's representing the entire male population. Like that's because not all of them are going to be as kind as him. So that it's going to be hard for them to like adjust to it. Like once they like leave school and go into the real world. There's actually an anime I saw about this exact concept. It's a showman sample actually. Yeah, they invited a male to this all-girls school, so that way it helps them better prepare for life outside of school. Because they realized statistically, the girls that move into the real world, they struggled really bad, and then ended up like either like failing, becoming homeless or something. It's like goddamn. So like I kind of see the concept here. Yeah, I feel like their intentions are good, I suppose.
そうしたことに決まったことも記憶に新しいでしょう。ただ学園として正式に募集をかけることは見送りました。それではあたかもそれが規定の路線のように思われてしまうからです。
We believed it was too easy to see which way that would go. That's interesting. I mean, I guess so. Cause like it can make it easy for any boy to lie on their application. Yeah. Like their actions don't match their words, essentially. I can understand that, yeah. They want to see like They want to see, like, they want to judge someone on their based on their actions and not on their words. Yeah, I'm all for that too.
代わりに生徒にスカウト役を担ってもらうことになりましたが、そこで手を挙げたのが私の孫のリセでした。皆さんは結局この計画は頓挫したものと思ったかもしれません。
Well, it sounds like she was at this for months. So they probably just assumed that, yeah, nothing happened with that. Or they probably didn't ask questions.
なぜならリセは決められた期間のうちに見つけてくることができなかったからです。
Yeah.
今回受け入れが決まった男子と出会ったのは春休みのことで、これは明確に規定違反です。
Yeah, she'll be thoroughly reprimanded.
が、このことは私の理事長としての権限で承認ということにさせていただきました。
So that's what happened. Yeah. So the chairwoman was on the side of reform. That was reassuring. Well, that's why she was so kind to you when you walked up to her. Like, she has to kind of be for it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have even been accepted at all.
時間切れなどという理由で計画自体がご破算となってしまう。それではいかにも惜しいと私は思ったからです。
Yeah, I would bet, because you would have to... Yeah, all that time wasted, yeah. And plus that sets them back, like, even more. That just puts them even more at risk of being shut down. So, makes sense.
またその男子というのがなかなかの人材のようで、おっと、私の口から言っては余談になってしまいますね。
Ooh, chairwoman speaking out of turn? Ooh.
それでは本日から皆さんのファミーユになった男子をご紹介しましょう。おこのぎまさやくんです。
That sounded like a scream. I could understand screams about the idea of a boy joining the school. But that last one, was it a reaction to my name?
では早速自己紹介をしてもらいましょう。まさやくん、こちらへ。
I left the green room and walked awkwardly to the chairwoman's side. She turned the microphone to me and I spoke. Nice to meet you. My name is Okonogi Masaya. Hajimemashite. I was so nervous I could barely recognize the sound of my own voice through the speakers. I understand this is an experiment, but I'm looking forward to studying with you all for a year.
そのことなんだけど。
Oh, they don't know that part? Yeah. Huh? Chairwoman spoke up, her voice hesitant and her eyes shifting away. Excuse me. Oh. She changed places with me and then spoke into the microphone again.
皆さんご承知のことと思いますが、まずは1学期の最後にブルミエールジャッジメントを行います。
Premier Judgment. Wait, you can click on this? The first trial that the protagonist must pass. If he does not win majority support at this vote, he will have to leave Vincennes at the end of the first term. Yeah. They even spelled it wrong in here. Alright, well I can forgive it because this obviously ESL, but Premier what?
その争点は特待留学生の男子を引き続き受け入れるか否か。
What? I stared at her in disbelief.
受け入れが否決された場合はマサヤ君は残念ながら方向処分となり、
Ooh, that's rough.
可能であればまた新たな男子が連れてこられることになります。
Interesting, okay. So they're basically going off of his vibe pretty much. If they don't like him, then they can just get somebody else. That's rough. It's all about the vibes, guys. You're really bringing my vibe down. Seriously? Even a year had seemed too short, and now...
可決されれば3学期末のグランデボートに臨むことになります。
Yeah, so it's possible he won't even make it to the vote. That's rough. Alright, so grande vote. The end of the year vote for student council president. This year will also determine whether school reform, in other words, gender integration, passes. Yep.
いずれにしろ皆さんがどう判断するかにかかっています。ですからなるべく積極的に留学生と触れ合うようにしてください。
That's a little easier said than done.
マサヤ君もいいですね。遠慮はいりません。たくさんガールフレンドを作ってください。
Make yourself a lot of girlfriends. Oh, trust me, he probably will. Right.
白百合会と紅バラ会の役員は放課後理事長室まで来てください。では以上です。
As we both turned to exit the stage, the chairwoman leaned over and whispered in my ear.
大丈夫ですよ。1学期が終わるまでに過半数の支持を取り付ければいいのですから。
Yeah, it's not too bad. So he only needs at least a handful of votes in order to be accepted. Should be easy. Right. Majority support. I took a quick look around the gym. The vibe from the girls assembled there was definitely not a friendly one. They really are talking about vibes. Wow. I certainly wasn't making any girlfriends there. Don't be so quick to judge, dude. I had just joined the school and I was already facing expulsion. Yeah, that's a plot twist. That's the picture they showed over the intermission. That's funny. Sister Mishima showed me to my classroom. Wow, the school building looks so new. I was expecting something older from a traditional school.
最近建て替えたんです。耐震基準などの問題もあったので。
Earthquake readiness. Okay. Ah, I see.
バンセンヌも見た目は随分と変わりました。もっとも古くからの建物もありますが、お御堂などはそうですね。
With the opening ceremony over, the students were heading towards the school building. I was now surrounded by girls. I felt painfully conspicuous. I bet.
私が通っていた頃は、それこそ古色騒然としていて。でも、新しいのもいいものですね。
Yeah, Yeah, she doesn't even look that old, so I don't think it was that long ago. What? You were a student here too, sister?
ええ。ただ、バンセンヌでは珍しいことではないんですよ。
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you guys know the school better than most people.
教職員の9割以上は卒業生で構成されていますし、お母様おばあ様が卒業生というのも珍しくありません。
Yep.
おのずと付き合いも長くなります。一種学校の範疇を超えたコミュニティのようなものと言えるでしょうね。
Makes sense, yeah. That's really amazing.
こちらがマサヤくんの靴箱になります。
Ah, the shoe locker, yep. There were slippers in my size inside. Wow, they had everything ready to go.
教科書は教室にすでに置いてありますから。あ、私がクラスの担任になります。よろしくお願いしますね。
Oh yeah. All right. He's like, oh. Sister Mishima was my homeroom teacher. That was good. So at least you have someone familiar face, you know. What? As I walked down the halls, I noticed something strange. What's that classroom with no one inside?
ああ、ええ。空き教室があるんです。
An unused classroom, interesting. An unused classroom, that's strange.
建て替える前はバンセンヌは6クラスあったんです。ただ生徒の数がだんだんと減っていって。
Ah, yeah. Oh, Reise-san mentioned something like that.
建て替える前から4クラスでした。だったらそれに合わせた校舎にするという考えも当然あったのですが。
They didn't do that?
まあ理事会にはさまざまな考えをお持ちの方がいらっしゃいますから。
The reformists and the traditionalists, I bet. Protect the old ways. There were clearly certain people who were passionate about that. Yeah.
狭いコミュニティには独特の空気というものがあります。建物が変わったところでそれはなかなか変わるものではないでしょうね。
Yeah, makes sense. Sister, were you on the reform side? I found myself asking without thinking.
学園の未来を決めるのは今の生徒たちですから。
That's not a yes, but it's not a no either.
着きました。マサヤくんは今日からここ2年 C 組に通うことになります。
Alright, 2C, okay.
では入りましょう。
Alright. 行きましょう. Right. I opened the door, every face turned to me. Oh my, he's in our class? You've got to be kidding me. I wonder where he's going to sit. It goes without saying that the class was all girls, but the sight was still new to me. Ah, it's Udese-san. So we were in the same class, that was a relief. In a class like this, I was lucky if I wasn't driven out, not much chance of making friends. Sister Mishima walks to the lectern, I followed after her.
どこでも構いません。皆さん、まずは席についてください。
I heard the rattling of chairs and then the classroom descended into silence. That kind of respect for authority was completely new to me, too. In my old school, the chatter would have kept up much longer, yeah.
始業式で顔合わせは済んでいますが、新しいクラスメートですからね。 改めて自己紹介していただきましょう。
Sister Mishima handed me the chalk. I wrote my name on the board and gave a stiff bow. Okonogi Masaya. It's nice to meet you all. Hajimemashite. Yoroshiku. The classroom remained silent. There wasn't a single nice to meet you too. Yeah, I bet.
席はどうしましょうか。バンセンヌでは出席番号順の並びになるのですが。シスター。
Lisa-san stood up immediately. Even in the classroom of girls, she stood apart from the rest.
私の隣が適切ではないかと思います。私が連れてきた人ですし。
Yeah, way to take the bullet for me, I guess.
それもそうですね。
Yeah.
では皆さん、出席番号順に座り直してください。
At her words, the students moved without hesitation to their seats. They know where to go even without labels?
バンセンヌではみんな顔と名前が一致していますからね。寮で生活していますし、まさにファミーユと言えるでしょう。
I mean... The chairwoman used that word too. What does it mean? It's like family?
家族という意味のフランス語です。
Mm-hmm. Oh, she said kazoku. Yeah, family. Yeah. Family. Huh. I like the sound of it. The word was appealing to someone like me who had lived without family for so long. But why do you write it in Roman letters? I've seen them mixed in from time to time.
元がフランスからのミッションが設立したからでしょうか。他にも生徒の一名とかは外部の人には面白く感じられると思いますよ。
Hey, why are these highlighted? Title. Nicknames given to the students by each other. One must have a certain degree of popularity to earn a title. In that regard, it's a very strict system. Interesting. Titles?
ああ、平たく言えばあだ名のことです。
Before she could say any more, the students finished taking their seats.
では、マサヤくんもこれを持って席にどうぞ。
Okay. Sounds good. Yes. I took the pile of textbooks off the lectern and walked to the desk beside Issei-san. We exchanged a few pleasantries, but I noticed that she wouldn't meet my eyes. Oh. I wonder why. From there, morning homeroom began. It went about the same as at my old school. Homeroom ended and Sister Mishima left. There were a few minutes before first period started. Normally the class would probably be alive with chatter, but at the moment it was totally silent. Is Vincennes always like this? I looked around the classroom. As I looked around, any girl I looked at quickly averted her eyes. No, this was probably unusual.
マサヤさん。
Issei to the rescue! What is it? Finally, someone met my eyes. It was almost a relief.
ごめんなさい。
What? Issei bowed her head low to me. For heaven's sake, he's making Issei-san grovel to him? How dare he treat our Soleil de École that way? Okay. Son of the school, Rosanin Issei's title, yeah. Just what is that man trying to do? What? Did I do something wrong? The reactions aside, I was starting to panic. Well, wait a minute, Issei-san, what's going on? Look at me.
私ったらあなたに一つ嘘をついてしまったんだわ。
Lied, apparently. Everybody's just lying. What? About what? She finally looked up at me.
期間のことよ。本当は1学期の最後に審判があるのに、私はそれをあえて隠して1年後だなんて言って。
Yeah, it's kind of a big thing not to admit. Be upfront about.
それではさすがに断られると思ったの。だってあんまり条件が悪すぎるんですもの。
I mean, if it's gonna be for a short period of time, at least just make the most of it, you know? I was pretty sure I wouldn't have refused. No matter the conditions, all I had wanted was to see her again.
それであなたを騙してしまった。本当申し訳なく思うわ。けど私はどうしてもあなたには。
It's alright, I'm not offended. I don't really care about it anyway. Besides, in the end, if I'm not accepted after a year, I couldn't stay anyway, right? True. Yeah, so even if she did, like, feel guilty, this doesn't matter if he gets voted out.
それはそうだけど。
So sooner or later, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah.
ただ人間関係には時間が必要なことも事実だわ。これというのも妙義様が。
Yogi-sama. What? Yogi?
理事会の相談役、前の理事長で強硬な。
She's one of the ones that was against reform. Okay.
そのあたりのことはお昼にでも話すわ。
Right.
マサヤさん、騙してしまったことだけど許してくださるわね。
Of course.
よかった。
The bell rang and the teacher entered. Naturally, the teacher was a woman. Yeah. Class proceeded solemnly. The only sounds were the scratching of chalk on the board and pages turning in textbooks. The scratching of pens and notebooks and curt answers to the instructor's questions. They're so serious. I guess that's a charm school for you. I couldn't help but admire them, but at the same time I had a concern. I was afraid that those illusions that boys tend to have about girls might get shattered. I had a friend whose sister went to an all-girls school. He told me of the harsh reality of life there. They're basically old men. Old men? What does that mean? From what my friend said, they don't mind farting. What? Well, that was probably just a minority, but he said many just let their personal grooming slip. That doesn't sound right. I mean, sure, like in private, I bet, but some didn't even care if their panties were showing. Oh, I guess that goes without saying anyway. In addition, the classrooms have a distinctive odor, sweat mixed together with makeup and food. That's a very vivid description. And for some reason, they really like poop jokes. What is this? Who's this guy he's talking to? I was a full-blooded man, and I didn't have certain illusions about girls. I did have certain illusions, yeah. There was a part of me that was afraid of cracks forming in those illusions, but that wasn't true at all. Yeah, exactly. Why did you even listen to that asshole? No one's panties were showing. The room actually had a nice smell to it. As far as I could see, they were all polished young ladies. I guess Vincennes is a cut above in more respects than one.
Masaya-san.
Hmm?
何かわからないことがあったら遠慮なく聞いてくださいな。
Thanks.
かしら。
Okay, so recess now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can keep up.
そう、それはよかった。転入なんて何かと大変でしょうし、その点ちょっと心配ではあったの。
Yeah, it makes sense. I did see religious theory on the schedule. I've never had that class before.
それは普通の道徳と捉えていただいて結構よ。ミッション系としての特色はありますけどね。
Yeah, sounds about right. My, Rise-san is just speaking to that boy. She really is progressive, isn't she? Hmm? I glanced over at the source of the whispers. Rise-san seemed to hear them as well, but she just shrugged.
まあ初日だもの、仕方がないわね。そのうちみんなも慣れるはずだわ。
Eventually, yeah. Right. But while their reaction to me was natural, they also seemed to be giving Rise-san a wide berth. Hmm?
どうかなさったの？まさやさん？
No. I just had this feeling like I was being watched. I took a look out the door, but there was no one in the hallway except people walking past.
それはそうでしょう。今のあなたは良くも悪くも注目の的だわ。
Yeah. I mean, being the only male in an all-girls school, that's gonna turn some heads, I bet. Right. That is true, but still.
あまり気にしないことね。
Rise-san seemed to think it was just anxiety, so she reassured me and then left the room. It isn't that. It was hard to explain, but there had been a certain intensity in that gaze. Like their eyes were looking right through me. I didn't expect someone to have a personal grudge against me on my first day here. It couldn't just be someone with a crush. That would be too convenient. Must be someone who really hates men. That's the conclusion he comes up with, alright. As the recess began following second period, the class suddenly broke out into whispers. The entire class turned towards the door. A group of students entered. It's Grand Fleur. Great Flower, Miyogi Marika's title. Oh shit. There's Miyogi! What could La Tote Sawyer possibly want with us? La Tote Sawyer, everyone's big sister. This is the only title which assumes the La article. It is not a title given to an individual, but is assumed by the student council president. Because Marika is the current student council president, it refers currently to Marika. Okay.
おこのぎまさやくん、少々お時間をいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
Ooh, awkward! Oh, of course. Wow, she's gorgeous. Girl who could give Rise-san a run for her money stood at the head of the group with a leaderly air.
私、妙義まりかと申します。まさやくんにご挨拶をと思って伺いましたの。
Marika, oh, well, thank you. La Tote Sawyer came especially to see him. I can't pronounce these French names, guys. Come on, man. I'm trying my best, but sounds really dumb. I can't believe it. It's preposterous. This is an outrage. Impossible. He should have gone to her. Oh no, he can't be allowed to visit Marika-sama. Well, what should I have done then? Like, you just can't please anybody in this stupid school. Miyogi?
何か。
Oh, nothing. The name was familiar, but I couldn't remember where I'd heard it. La Totsoer, is that your nickname, Miyogi-san?
あだ名
Or title? Title. A girl at the back of the crowd stepped forward and glared at me sharply.
あなた、あだ名とは何よ。失礼ね。ちゃんと一名と言いなさい。
Yeah, I figured they were gonna crack on them about saying nickname, yep. Right.
美月さん、マサヤさんは今日から通い始めたのだから、バンセンヌの独特の用語には慣れていなくて、当然ではなくって。
Yeah, chill out. Chill out, baby girl.
あと、妙義さんではないわ。マリカ様と呼びなさい。いいわね。
Isn't Miyogi-san politer than saying Marika? Because that's her first name. But whatever. That's why Riese calls Masaya by his first name, yeah. Right.
いいのですよ、美月。でも、私としても、マサヤくんを呼び捨てで呼ぶことは無理そうですし。
Interesting, okay.
さて、マサヤくん、あなたはまずは1学期最後のプルミエールジャッジメントをくぐり抜けなければなりません。
Yes, a hefty goal to get through, but we'll see.
せいぜい頑張ってくださいね。では。
With that, Marika and her entourage departed the classroom. The entire class let out a sigh of relief. Is she famous or something?
ラ・トゥトゥスール。生徒会長に任命される前から、グランデフルールとしてツトに有名だったわ。
Yeah. Huh.
ちんぷんかんぷんという顔ね。後で説明するわ。
Please do. I feel like I'm walking through a minefield here. Why did that girl get so mad at me?
美月さんは
A little eccentric, I guess. She's a friend of yours?
バンセンヌの生徒たちはみんな友達と言えるわ。何しろファミーユですもの。
Yeah, makes sense. I see.
美月さんはマリカ様のシェフドコールとなってから少し変わってしまった。前はああいう感じではなくて。
Chef de Corps. Okay, Chef de Corps. Captain of the Guard. Mikata Mitsuki's title. This title was bestowed on her due to her persistent loyalty to the student council president, Miyogi Marika. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. The bell rang and we took our seats. Everyone at school was like friends and family. I didn't think she was lying, but in the school with several hundred students, some relationships would be stronger than others. It seemed to me that Rise-san's relationship to Mitsuki had been one of the stronger ones. It was our long-awaited lunch break. Rise-san led me to the dining hall. Alright guys, I've been recording this for a while, so I think I'm gonna end this part here. I was trying to get through the whole first chapter, but it's looking like this is gonna be pretty long, so... Well, this is like a 40+ hour game, so I bet, but yeah, so we're seeing Masaya settle in so far. We'll see how all the shenanigans happen later, but anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, you can let me know by leaving a like or telling me in the comments below. Subscribe for more, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Alright, peace.